What's happening, YouTube? It's your boy IG-TheLaFlareLounge. Welcome to the LaFlareLounge with it. Now, we ain't at the LaFlareLounge, but we are on the road outside. I'm at work. It's 2 in the morning. But sometimes you got to knock out the content when it's time to knock out the content. Now, Shannon Sharpe. Shout out to Shannon Sharpe. Not one of his best days, man. It seems like Shannon Sharpe settled out of court with the little freaky 19-year-old that he was messing with at the time. He met this girl, this OnlyFans girl at 19. He messed with her for a few years. She fulfilled all his little freaky, dirty fantasies, you know what I'm saying, allegedly in this lawsuit that she filed against him. Because, of course, you know, the play is always running on the athletes, on men of stature, men of high value, especially black men. Um, Apparently, she was saying he was doing all type of freaky shit. He said his ashy ass ankles was up in the air while she was licking the gooch and a little lower than the gooch. You know, they saying that he was fucking her on the he was smashing her, letting his friends watch on FaceTime. On top of that, his freaky ass was you know, doing, I think they call that shit like BDSM or something like that. He's into role playing, and it was a racial factor into what he was doing. You know, they was acting like, you know, big black guy messes with white woman. Listen, whatever it was, he was doing freaky shit. She was willing to expose it, and she had leverage because she ran the play. I think somebody sent her to Shannon Sharpe. She basically went and got, you know, footage, recorded phone calls, and she doctored everything up without context, in my opinion, to make it look like Shannon Sharpe was a monster to her and he sexually assaulted her. Now, Shannon Sharpe went about this wrong when it all came out. He got on the internet. He thought that he was going to do what Jay-Z did, get ahead of shit, go at Tony Busby, who was the lawyer. He's basically a Hail Mary lawyer, but this girl actually had leverage for Tony Busby to work with, so it wasn't quite a Hail Mary. You know what I mean? It was a finesse. It was an extortion that worked. And he offered this girl $10 million. He said it himself, which I didn't know why he would say that. So she played hardball. She said, we can get more. Well, it looked like it might have worked, because not only did he settle out of court, and we're assuming if he was willing to give her 10, then he probably gave her upwards of 10 million at this point. She went online, the OnlyFans girl, because this is supposed to be a Jane Doe, right? She went online and said, yo, I'm retiring from OnlyFans. Hey, I know that's right. She said, I'm retired from OnlyFans. Listen, Shannon Sharpe, I know you sick about that one, bro. I know you sick about that. But this is a lesson, and let this be a lesson to all men, especially young men, young athletes, young men of stature, just men in general though. You gotta have sexual discipline. We've all been there. You usually don't get that till you get a little older. You know, you like what you like. But the sooner we get sexual discipline, the better it's gonna be. One thing I've noticed about Shannon Sharpe, he is a very disciplined person when it comes to the way he eats. I've seen him say that he eats the same thing every day, and it's healthy meals. We know that he keeps his body intact. I mean, the man is 57. He's cut. His body's good. The man said he done wore the same haircut for over 40 years, for like his whole life. He's just a man that doesn't really change things up. But one thing, we all have our flaws, and his biggest flaw though is that he lacks sexual discipline. Now, I watched the episode one time at the beginning of Nightcap when it started, and he was explaining to Ocho how, as a youngin' in college, you know, him being Shay Sharpe helped him get out of sticky situations with women that had like gangsters as boyfriends, or niggas that was just, you know, watching them. And he was in places he wasn't supposed to be because he was trying to dig out guts. He said it was 2 separate times where he basically woke up with a gun in his face. Dude had an AK in his face. So that lets me know that, you know, you're making the wrong decisions, but that coochie calling. And we've all done it. But he ended up in bad situations. Also, Shannon Sharpe, we seen what happened. He could have got fired from ESPN when he, you know, was digging out my Michelle on Instagram Live. lets me know you don't even got the decency in you to know how to turn, like not have your phone on. You know what I mean? That's another thing you gotta, you know what I'm saying? That's what it is. And now you got this. You've been on there talking about Miss B nasty and shit, but now you got yourself in a situation with this young girl. Let's be honest, man. It's not illegal what he did, but it's damn near just nasty. You messing with a 19-year-old. You're 57 years old. Monique told you need to get you a woman of your age that's going to take care of you, going to love you. And listen, man, what you do in your bedroom, that's your own personal business. But you see where it got you, right? I ain't going to say don't do the things you do, but you ain't even get a person of character. There is no character that you can see in a 19, 20, 21-year-old at your big age. There's nothing. Listen, bro, you got to remember who you are. You have stuff to lose. You had $100 million deal on the table, and now you might even be fired from ESPN. You said you was going to be back for the NFL preseason, but I don't know. It ain't looking too good, man. And it seems like the industry you in, sexual discipline and sex is just a really big thing in that type of corporate world anyway. We see what's going on with the Joy Taylors, with the dude that she was messing with, Emmanuel Acho. All of these people didn't have sexual discipline. You're not making the right choices, sleeping around to get up into a bigger position, sleeping down with your employees because you're a man of power, sexually harassing other employees because you're a man of power. Acho, sleeping with Joy Taylor, and then getting online saying that she's done so much for sports commentary as a woman when this woman was never even experienced. You know what I mean? So I just think, Shannon Sharpe, you got to do better as an individual. I think that you just lost 10 million, maybe more dollars that could have went towards your generational wealth. That could have went towards your parent, your parents, your kids, your grandkids, trust funds, college. It's so much more that you could have did with that money that you had to put away. So it's kind of like, basically, at this point, you gave up that much money. It's like you worked at ESPN for free for what, like a year that you've been there? That whole salary gone. I don't even know if you made millions. But what I'm saying is, all that 10 million that you worked hard for going down the drain. You basically gave up like probably a year or two worth of salary to a 20-year-old, 22-year-old that's now retiring from OnlyFans. Like, how did you not see the play being ran by a kid? Hey, listen, they got you, brother. They got you. So you settling out of court, that could have went somewhere else. On top of that, you really could add other shit, because if you don't get that 100 million, you basically opportunities, man. Now you're gonna have to rebrand. You can't really do them nasty jokes that and talk as freely on your platforms that you used to, because people is gonna troll you. They're gonna look at you. People got shit to say. So I just think, obviously you still a wealthy man. You still a rich man. It seems like you do good with your money and your lifestyle, but we got to stop with this freaky shit, man. Well, y'all got to get disciplined. Look at people like Diddy. Look where Diddy got. All because he wanted to be freaky and do these freak offs, and the shit just got a little out of control, and now he's where he's at. Don't get yourselves in trouble, man. Don't get it. You lucky that them feds didn't want you, because it seems like they want to get black entertainers and athletes. They want to get them. You're lucky that it's just where it's at right now, that you was able to just give her that. So, hey, that's all I got to say about this situation, man. I got another video coming later on today about how T Grizzly smashed his TT, got her pregnant, and when she wouldn't get rid of the baby and give him his masters back, he got rid of her. So we're gonna get there, y'all. Let me know what y'all think down below, man. Like, share, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell. We out, baby.